like if you put like a concentrated extract in there, it heats up at different temperatures to evaporate like pure quercetin, pure adenine, pure polysaccharide, whatever, and you can separate it all and have just pure whatever. But a lot of times it looks like white drugs. Here we have a Soxhlet extractor, so this is more for ethanol extraction. You can run your cordyceps, you can run whatever mushroom you have through here, and then actually recondense your alcohol. It evaporates back up and it continuously drips until you have a concentrated extract that you want. And then you can re-evaporate your alcohol and collect it and then use it over again. Here we have one of my coolest projects yet. Right here, instead of a pupa, it's growing on a cacao bean. The cordyceps mushrooms are growing on a cacao bean. So if you guys know about the process of chocolate making, whenever you have fresh chocolate like this, you have to ferment it first before you can make chocolate like we know. So I took the whole fruit, like in everything, the pulp and the beans, and I put rice as like a buffer so that my mycelium didn't have to jump too far between the beans. And I sterilized the beans with the fruit on it, and with rice in water, nothing else, because cacao beans are very nutritious. And I grew my cordyceps mycelium on it, so I fermented the cacao beans with cordyceps mushrooms, and then they became infused with the medicinal mushroom compounds, and then I dried that, powdered that, and made chocolate with it. So like a lot of people make chocolate with mushrooms just by putting mushrooms in the chocolate, but how about we infuse the chocolate with mushrooms? So like that's super cool, and like it was super delicious. And it also makes the cacao not bitter. So a lot of ways we'll use this, like if you guys get some cordyceps packs from me, you can make tea. Tea is a great way to get the medicinal compounds out of the dried cordyceps. If you grow fresh cordyceps, one of the best methods for getting the compounds out of fresh cordyceps is cold water extract. So that's what I have here. I have a cold water extract that we made into a syrup. So this is our holistic lung syrup called Breath, or Breathe. And it's made with a bunch of other herbs that are beneficial for lung health. So cordyceps are shown to increase respiratory function, and it helps you get more oxygen into your body. So we made this awesome syrup that you can use to like make sodas or sweeten your teas or coffee or put on desserts and awesome stuff like that. Also, whenever you're making teas with cordyceps, acid helps to bring out more of the compounds. So we added like a little bit of lemon, and then on the right here I have one that I did with hibiscus, which also helps. And then, just like I said, trying to get into more of a gourmet setting where we're cooking with it. You can see I have fruit bodies in this pan with like lion's mane and king oysters, and I got some of the cakes over here. We got ramps, we got lots of vegetables from the farm, and then at the end of that, I don't have a picture of it, we shaved truffles all over it, and it was super delicious gourmet mushroom mycophagy. And this is the cold water extract I was telling you guys about. You just put the, we actually did that with dry before we got the full results from Padilla University that shows that cold water with fresh works better. But we'll put the fresh mushrooms into a cup of water, put that in the refrigerator for 9 hours overnight, and you'll get this beautiful cold water extract. And then we also are doing pickled cordyceps. So we'll just pickle the cordyceps with other like dill and pickles and whatever else you want to pickle it with. And then that's super delicious to cook with. I really like putting pickled cordyceps on salmon and then wrapping up, putting in the grill with other goodness. We did cordyceps pizza in the brick oven. Just like a lot of different things. Because like a lot of people are just like, a lot of people think John was talking about it. A lot of people think like medicinal mushrooms are not edible, and I'm just like, what do you mean? You can consume it. It's edible. It's like they're just like, oh, can I only use it as a medicine? And I'm just like, the food is the medicine at the same time. So like if you put your cordyceps into soup broth, then you made the tea into the soup, and you can eat that, and it's delicious. But it's also you're getting the medicinal benefits from it. So we're just trying to expand people's awareness on what they can do with these kinds of things. Here's cordyceps that were found last week. These are pictures from the festival. They weren't found on the festival grounds, but people brought those in from around Pennsylvania. My friend Tug DeLuce gave me some of those, and then I can't remember who else gave me cordyceps. But it's really cool, but you can't really see it, is that this bug has pincers on it, and it has a spiky butt, or a thorax, or whatever. I'm not an entomologist. But then there's some that are smooth. So we have 2 different species of bugs that were just given to us this week with cordyceps growing on it. Here we have bulk fruiting. So some people ask me if you can get multiple flushes from the cordyceps mushrooms, and you can. So sometimes whenever I'm harvesting a bunch of cakes and I can't dry all the cakes, I'll put the cakes into a bin and I'll cover it with wet vermiculite, and then you'll get them the fruit again out of there. And then also this is just a tray with like a bunch of cordyceps growing on it to show you can do bulk cultivation. Here we have the Breathe lung syrup that I was just telling you guys about. and also other cordyceps that we're working with. So just this, a month ago we found, in North Carolina, we found this Ophiocordyceps cephalococcala that was growing on a wasp, and Trad Cotter at Mushroom Mountain has successfully created biopesticides for red fire ants and wasps by finding cordyceps growing on them and then cultivating it out and spraying it all over his property. And on the right we have the Polypocladium ophioglycoides, which we found in the hundreds. Like literally, if we stayed out there, you probably had hundreds of these mushrooms out in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. And I was able to cultivate those in culture, just like I was telling you guys at the beginning of the talk. And those have been found to be beneficial as a nootropic. They're very good in the same sense as lion's mane for the nervous system, the neurological system, and they're also really good for prostate health for dudes. This is what harvests look like 2 times a week back home in North Carolina. So we're working on getting up to 10 pounds of cordyceps a month, which would be super awesome. And then if I could train some people, I could finally leave and work on something new. I don't know why my pictures are going. But yeah, stay tuned, Instagram, Facebook, anything like that, to see whenever I post the next class dates. If you want to participate in a cordyceps cultivation course, I typically do 1 or 2 of those a year. It's always a lot of fun. We always have lots of people out. We always try cordyceps. We eat the cordyceps cakes and all that goodness. And then if you guys are interested, maybe grab my book. I'm working on volume 2 right now with a lot of updates on different methods that I've been working with. And I hope you all can end up with fat cordy cakes so you can take cool selfies. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening. I'll be here all weekend. Oh yeah, please don't call me. Just like and use my hashtag.
I'm calling you right now.
Anybody have any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
When did you switch from 62 to 65 degrees, and did you notice much of a difference?
I switched to 65 this year, and 62 or lower, they'll fruit slower.
Okay.
And 65 and above, they'll get this white fungus that grows on them called...
So you got to play with the gradient.
Yeah, you have to... Yeah, it's like 65 perfect. Yep.
Just curious, earlier you said mushrooms benefit us and we benefit mushrooms, and I just love to hear how you think we benefit fungi.
By helping them to propagate themselves. Like this year, I'm going to be mixing cordyceps spores from across the country, and they would have never been able to express their genetics in that way. And then same like when you find truffles, you eat them and you poop truffle spores out. But so like I mean, as long as you're like using compost toilets, that's pretty cool. Or if you like do like intentional poops, like people do when they eat like fruits and stuff, they go poop where they want the fruit to grow. You can do that with mushrooms. And yeah, just getting them all over the place. I mean, people brought mushrooms here from all over the place. They're spreading their genetics. We're growing them inside now, letting them to sporulate off season. Like, I really do believe that we benefit fungi in that way of helping them to continue their lives. So yeah, if anybody wants to hit up these cordyceps, just let me know. I'll be here all weekend. If you have any more questions, I'm still open for questions until somebody kicks me out of here. Yep.
So do you see any potential for insect plant pathogens going forward with cordyceps, like hemlock and delegate or emerald ash borer?
Totally. If you find a cordyceps on it,
yeah,
I think that'd be great. I mean, we put out the word for a couple years now for people to look for cordyceps growing on plant pathogens to help to prevent them. Any other questions? All right, I definitely recommend you guys go check out the booth. I got these really cool mushroom trading cards that has the actual spores of the mushrooms that is on the trading card. I have the syrups, tinctures, all that good jazz. And yeah, thank you guys all for listening.
Thank you.